Hi, I'm Emily, and welcome to Emily is Too Fond of Books. Today I'm going to be doing, the quarter year crisis book tag. I almost said quarter life crisis, and while I'm having one, that's not what we're going to talk about today. Buckle in, and I'm going to answer some questions. First question is, how many books have you read so far? And as of the end of March, I had read 20 books. So I was really proud of myself for that because I was way ahead on my goal in comparison to last year. And now I'm a little higher up, but in March, that's where I was. You already found a book you think might be a 2022 favorite. If not, what was your favorite book you read that wasn't quite a 5-star? I have a couple. The next question is, have you already found a book you think might be a 2022 favorite? If not, what was your favorite book you read that wasn't quite a 5-star? I have 2 answers for this, and I don't know if that's cheating, but my first one is Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby. I gave this one 5 stars. It's about these 2 men who have gay sons who are murdered, and they were estranged from their sons before they were murdered, but they end up teaming up to avenge them and find their killers, which is a pretty crazy concept, and I was kind of scared to read it because I was like, oh man, I don't know if this will be too much for me. And I think for some people it might be too much. There's a lot of violence, but ultimately I thought it was just an amazing read, and I've never read anything else like it. So I gave this 5 stars, and I absolutely loved it. If you can handle it, you should definitely check it out. The answer for this question is Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. I loved this book so much. I read it back in February, and it was just an immediate 5-star for me. I didn't think it was going to be. I was really surprised, but it's a romance that has a lot of depth to it. It deals with chronic pain, which I can relate to, and there's body positivity in there. Chloe falls in love with her handyman in her building, and all the while she's trying to complete a list of things that'll help her get a life. Chloe as a character is just really funny and smart and someone who I would love to hang out with, and I had fun hanging out with her reading this book. It was an immediate 5 stars. I loved it. Maybe I'm a romance girly. We'll see. So those were my 2 favorites of the past 3 months. Up to, it's April now, but Question is most read genre so far. According to the Storygraph, which is what I check the most for my stats, my most read genre from January to March is LGBT fiction, I guess fiction, and romance is a close second. Crazy how I said I didn't like romance, and yet romance is my second most read genre. Make it make sense. The book that surprised you. I think hands down the book that surprised me was Tender as the Flesh. I was surprised by how much I hated it. No, but seriously, I actually was surprised by how much I hated it. I thought that I was really going to love it, and it was a total letdown for me, so. Sad times. Are there any 1-star books / least favorite books of the year? Okay, well, if you watched my March TBR video, you know the answer. It's The Golden Couple by Sarah Pekkanen and Greer Hendricks. I was going to include Tender as the Flesh, but the more I think about it, the more I think that I disliked The Golden Couple way more, even though I gave it a higher rating. I might go back and change it. I rant a lot about The Golden Couple in my March wrap-up. I think I'll link it down below if you're interested. I just had a very troubled relationship with that book. And yeah, if you're interested in that, go check that out. It came out in 2022 already that you haven't read but want to. I have a few answers to this, but I managed to narrow it down to just one, and that's Fiona and Jane by Jean Chen Ho. I haven't read this book yet. I thought it would be more appropriate to read the Goodreads synopsis, rather than write my own. So Fiona and Jane is a witty, warm, and irreverent book that traces the lives of two young Taiwanese American women as they navigate friendship, sexuality, identity, and heartbreak over 2 decades. I bought this a couple of months ago just on a whim, and honestly, I'm so excited to read it because I don't know if I've really read anything quite like that before. I believe that it's told in short story form, so that'll be fun to read. I'm really excited. One goal you made this year that you're succeeding at. For the first time in a while, I'm actually unhauling more books than I'm acquiring, so that's pretty cool. What's one goal you made that you need to focus on more in 2022? Well, I definitely need to read more from my TBR before acquiring more books. I want to get my stack down a little bit because it seems like my stack is staying the same size. So it's like I'm getting rid of a lot, but I'm also taking in a lot. And so it's like the number of books I have, it stays the same. And that's fine. It's just that I don't have a whole lot of space. And I don't want to just like have a room full of unread books. So yeah, I hope I get better at that. And I'm going to do my very best. However, I did buy a book on Pango Books yesterday while I was sitting in the waiting room at the dentist just to feel something. So, am I really focusing on it? I don't know. Stay tuned. Question asks if I have any booktubers, book talkers, or bookstagrammers that I discovered in 2022 and are new to me that I would recommend. And I have a few answers for that. My first one is Michelle from Michelle's Library. She has given me great advice when it comes to starting my channel and has eagerly accepted me as a friend. I'm so grateful for that. She's wonderful. She's definitely one of the sweetest souls on this platform. And yeah, I love her. Friend that I met this year that I want to recommend is Brandie from Books with Brandie Shenae. Brandie is so cool and down to earth. She reads a wide variety of books, and the energy in her videos is so chill. Not to mention, I've had the time of my life in sprints with her over the past month. She's just wonderful and welcoming, and I definitely think that you should subscribe to her if you're not already. And I want to recommend to you all is Princess from Castle Library. Princess has an amazing channel, and she has such a welcoming energy. She reads a wide variety of books, and she's been really supportive of me through this whole journey. She checked out my channel without me even asking her to, and she's always asking me, when's your next video? When's your next video? And I just love her. I think that she's like one of the coolest people on the platform. And yeah, she's the best. If you're not subscribed to Castle Library, subscribe to Castle Library. Follow her on Instagram. And by the way, I'm gonna have all of these links, down below, obviously. So yeah, I love you, Princess. Last but not the least friend that I want to recommend to everybody is Brie from Bree Sharee Reads. I love her. She's one of the funniest people that I know on the internet. She's a newbie like me, so that's really comforting to know that I'm not alone in this like new territory. But her channel's already killing it. She's just so cool. And one time she roasted me because I didn't know where Nebraska was on the map of the US. But you know what? It's totally cool because roasting is the way to my heart. So I love you, Brie, so much. And yeah, so those are all the people that I want to recommend. And if you don't subscribe to all of them, I don't know what to tell you. Your feed isn't going to be as good. I'm sorry. I kid. But yeah, there we have it. That was my quarter life crisis tag. I'm not really going to tag anybody. I guess if you see this and you want to do it, that's cool. Tag me on your stories or whatever, because I'll definitely watch all of them. I thought this was a really fun tag. I'm also going to link the original tag creator down there where I link everything. And yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, as always, I love you. And if you feel like supporting me by liking the video or commenting, talking to me, Or if you're the nicest person in the world and you want to subscribe, that would be so cool. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!